Talmud Bavli Tractate Beitzah 29b, top of the page, with the word Shmuel Halacha L'Maaseh Asa L'Shminian. So we were in the middle of an idea, basically saying that it's reasonable to conclude that Shmuel came to teach the practical halacha, knowing that a Beitzah permits the practice. Shmuel found it necessary to state the halacha as otherwise. Tan Rabbanan, the sages taught in a Beitzah, one may not sift flour a second time on a festival, as this involves unnecessary effort. They said in the name of Rabbi Papayas. Oh, we had him in Rosh Hashanah. Tractate Rosh Hashanah. The name of Rabbi Papayas and Rabbi Yehuda ben Matera. One may sift flour a second time. However, they all agree that if a pebble or a wood chip fell in to the flour after it had been sifted the previous day, one may sift it a second time in order to remove the items. A Tana taught the following Beitzah before Ravina. One may not sift flour a second time in the festival, but if a pebble or a wood chip fell into the flour after the first sifting, he may remove it with his hand. Ravina said to him, all the more so is the latter procedure prohibited, as it is similar to the prohibited labor of selecting. It is therefore preferable to sift the flour with a sieve, and the unwanted items will thereby be removed. Rava bar Rav Huna the short, the small, Rav Huna Zuti, taught at the entrance of Narda, one may sift flour a second time at a festival. Rav Nachman said to the student standing before him, go out and say to Abba, in other words, to Rava bar Rav Huna, as Rava is a shortened form of Rav Abba. Rava. Your good has been removed and cast upon thorns, meaning that your teachings are not needed. Go out and see how many sieves circulate in Narda, as all women already know that it is permitted. The Gemara relates that Rav Yosef's wife was once sifting flour in an unusual manner on the reverse side of a sieve. He said to her, look, I want good quality bread, hinting that she need not invert the sieve, but may sift the flour in regular fashion. The Gemara likewise relates that Rav Ashi's wife was once sifting flour onto a table rather than into a bowl in the usual manner. Ashi said, this one of ours, my wife, is a daughter of Rami Bar Chama, and Rami Bar Chama is a master of good deeds. Who is meticulous in his performance of mitzvot. Had my wife not observed this practice in her father's house, she would not have acted in this manner. Therefore, one can learn the halacha and practice from her actions. And that's the end of that. New Mishnah. The Mishnah says, a person may go out on a festival to a grocer from whom he is accustomed to buy and say to him, give me eggs and nuts of such and such a number, as it is a matter of a homeowner to count this way in his own house. Counting eggs or nuts is not considered a commercial activity, as people regularly mention the manner of eggs and nuts they need. Gemara, the sages taught in Tosefta, a person may go out on a festival to a shepherd with whom he is accustomed to deal and say to him, give me one kid or one lamb. Similarly, one may go on a festival to a butcher from whom he is accustomed to buy and say to him, give me one foreleg of an animal or one thigh. Likewise, one may approach one who deals in fat and fowl from whom he is accustomed to buy and say to him, give me 1 dove or 1 pigeon. He may also visit a baker from whom he is accustomed to buy, and say to him, give me 1 loaf or 1 cake. Galuska. And one may go on a festival to a grocer from whom he is accustomed to buy, and say to him, give me 20 eggs or 50 nuts, 10 peaches, 5 pomegranates, or 1 etrog, provided that he does not mention any measure. In other words, he may not specify the unit of measurement, for example, a kav. Rather, he must state a number, which is not the usual manner of making a purchase. Rabbi Shimon ben Elazar says, this is permitted, provided that he does not mention the amount of the purchase, meaning that he must not mention the sum of money that he is spending, but rather he must take what he needs, and after the festival, they will calculate how much he owes. Hadron alach ein sadin. Finishes the chapter of ein sadin. New Mishnah. Hamevi kedei yayin mimakom lemakom lovyem basal ubekufa. Mishnah says one who brings wine jugs from one place to another place may not bring a large number of them in a basket or in a tub in the usual weekday manner on the festival, as this is disrespectful of the festival. But he may bring 1 or 2 barrels on his shoulder and carry them in front of himself. Similarly, one who brings a straw for kindling or for feeding animals may not place the tub behind him while carrying it, as this is the usual weekday manner. But he may transport it in front of him in his hand in the usual fashion. And one may begin taking straw for kindling.